My name is Matt, and I'm a firefighter and paramedic. I've been a firefighter for the last 6 years and a paramedic or EMT for about 10. So most of our calls are, I think the number is somewhere between like 80 and 90% are medical calls. And then, of course, we've got fires and car accidents, hazmat stuff, or just random stuff that they don't really know who else to send. They send us. So like water in the roadway, telephone lines, natural gas leaks, stuff like that. So most firefighters, if not all, unless you're a volunteer, but even a lot of volunteers these days, you have to be an EMT. Schoolwork for that is usually a 12-week course or more. To be a paramedic can be anywhere between a year-long program, or you can even turn it into a bachelor's degree. On the firefighter side, you can take a fire science degree, which is usually a 2-year degree. But there's also emergency management degrees, which can be 4 years, 6 years. A lot of people either have a bachelor's degree, and it doesn't even have to be job specific, or just volunteer experience is another good way to get your foot in the door. For the most part, it's how well you can take a civil service test, and if you can place well out of the oftentimes thousands of people that apply for a job, then you can hopefully get a spot, and depending on the department, you go through a probationary period, and every department is different with what that entails. So, and then after that, yeah, you just keep on rolling with it. Skills-wise, for the firefighter side of things, you have to have at least some like mechanical inclination for, like, say you've got a vehicle on its side, like what actions that you're going to do are going to, how things are going to react, if that makes sense. Like, you have to have some mechanical inclination. We work with power tools, like chainsaws and whatnot, so you have to be able to figure out how to maintain stuff, start stuff. Should be able to manage things well under pressure, which kind of makes sense. Should have some empathy, obviously, to be able to work with the general public, and you have to be able to problem solve and think through issues as they come up. A lot of what we do is like exposure based. Like, as much as we do training, obviously the more experience you have on the job, you're able to problem solve better based on different calls you've seen and how problems were solved. So even though it might be a brand new problem, you've at least got different ideas for how to solve this brand new problem. Best part of my job, I would say, is I get to go to work feeling like I'm not just going to work to do busy work. Like, I feel like what we do matters, and I'm not just sitting around wasting my time, or I don't know. So I get to feel good about that. Dealing with people on their worst day is difficult, and there are days that I think it would be nice to like work at, you know, like in the service industry where people are having fun. So it can be a challenge that almost every call you go on, it's their people's worst day, and they're having a horrible day, and that's why you're there. So that can be really kind of challenging over the years. I don't know that I would do anything differently. It's just kind of how my life played out. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a job. And I don't know how the idea even crossed my mind that I could be an EMT. Maybe I don't know if it just looked fun or what, but somebody, not even like a super close friend, but somebody that I trusted as a friend, a family friend, said I would be good at it, and then I got to thinking about it. I took EMT school because I was like, it's 12 weeks, like it's pretty low risk, and I really enjoyed it. So from there, I got a job at a private ambulance company for a few years, and then by then I had 2 kids, and I was like, this is the job I'm in, and I need to support my family, and I was also still interested in it for the most part. So I went to paramedic school, and then wound up getting a firefighter job, which I was hoping for. It's just a little more challenging, and then work conditions are better, generally speaking. So. I would say, you know, if you want to be a firefighter, or at least try it out, like, it's pretty low risk to try out if you think about it. There's a lot of departments, obviously aside from, you know, the possibility you could get hurt, but you don't have to necessarily invest a ton of time and energy to try it out, because you can volunteer at different fire departments, and just get a taste for if you're interested in it. If you like it, if you've got a stomach for it, if you like the kind of the camaraderie and the people that you work with, then it's, yeah, I would say if you're even remotely interested in thinking about it, just give it a shot for a few months at least, and get your feet wet and then go from there.